All right. Hello, hello, hello. I should be live again. Let me make sure this is muted. How is everybody? It's been like literally 5 minutes. So, we're about to go through the top 16 deck list. So I'll start off by saying, welcome back to the channel. I'm Frazier. I'm here to do Edison World Championship Qualifier number 11, top 16 deck list. We have a lot to get through today. The tournament just concluded. There were 166 players. This is an Edison major. 166 players. And we have ourselves a winner, sub up here, Rhino. I'm not sure if that's how to say his name, but the winning deck is Hero Frogs. As we all know, we just literally watched it. So I want to go through some stats real quick before we get into everything. First things first, representation. Blackwings were the most represented deck in this tournament. So yeah, Blackwings, there were 30 Blackwing players out of 166. They took up the biggest chunk of the tournament. 3 of them topped, so literally 10% of the Blackwing players topped. But yeah, 30 Blackwing players entered, 3 of them topped. Then we have 23 Vayu Turbo players entered, and 1 topped, as you can see. So Vayu Turbo was the second most represented deck in the tournament. And then third was Hero Frogs. Hero Frogs had 20 players who entered. 1 of them topped, who is the winner. Then we have Machina Control is first up, is 4th. So yeah, Machina Control being 4th is actually super interesting to me. Did any make it? We did have 1 Machina Control deck. I wonder if they're considering Tim Pont's deck to be Machina Control though. Oh, it's under other. Okay. They're considering, so Machina Hero is being considered Machina Control. I don't really care about the classification. It's not that serious, but just keep that in mind that, like, that's what they mean. Okay. And then Lightsworn and Gladbeast. So Gladbeast had 12 entrants. There were 2 Gladbeast players who made top cut. But they did have 12 entrants. It's the 5th most represented deck. So your top 5 most represented decks are Blackwings number 1, Vayu Turbo number 2, Hero Frogs number 3, Machina Control number 4, and Gladbeast. So this is like the meta for this tournament. And then, Lightsworn had 8 players. We didn't have any Lightsworn top. And do they consider Christia Sworn Lightsworn? I guess not. Gigavise, there were 7 Gigavise players. 1 of them top. This is actually a lot for Gigavise. I'm surprised. Like, Gigavise has a lot of representation. There's no longer this whole thing of like, oh, there's only 1 Gigavise player who enters. Now we're getting a lot more. And so the conversion rate is not as high for the deck as it once was. And then Frog OTK, there were 6 Frog OTK players. 1 of them topped. And then we have Frog Monarchs, and I believe that's also going to be a one of most. So Blackwings have three players in top. Gladbeast had 2, Hero Frog had 1, Frog OTK 1, Vayu Turbo 1, Assault Turbo 1, Machina Control 1, Frog Monarchs 1, Zombie TeleDAD had 1, Gigavise had 1, Lightsworn Fairy had 1. One other, this is Tim Pont's deck, and then Dark Plants. So we can just kick it off. Top 16, Blackwings. So me and ProStorm just did a series on Blackwings, as you guys know, and this list looks very fine to me. They're playing draw traps, which I stand by. I think their draw traps are very necessary. They're siding cross out. I think this card is also necessary to beat Vayu. They have the DDVs in the side deck as well, which is pretty good against Vayu because they set hamsters and Rekos against you to beat you. And this card is just good. I don't think there's anything particularly special about this Blackwing deck, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it, but it does have a Book of Moon in the main deck for what it's worth, if that's like, your kink or whatnot. But other than that, this is a Blackwing deck. Moving right along. So we have Diddled. So Diddled got top 16 with Dark Plants. I've seen this deck before because Tom Mack used to play this deck. He's a YCS champion from Philadelphia. And I remember him doing a deck profile at like Indianapolis or Raleigh for a Dark Plant deck, and I'm assuming that that's kind of what this is. It's just a deck of good cards. Like, the idea is that you're just playing a deck of good cards. You're playing Caiuses, you're playing Tomatoes that get Sangan, can also get Plague or Gale, depending on the situation. Triple Market of Rose, so you're stealing a lot. You have Brain Control, Triple Market of Rose. So this deck just steals from the opponent a lot. But yeah, other than that, I mean, this is just a deck of good cards. It's not playing Pot of Avarice, so it doesn't have those hands that are kind of like super dead because you're waiting to resolve Avarice. You're hitting the ground running a lot of the time. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting deck. I don't really... It's weird. Like, I don't quite get this deck, but it works, and that's all that matters. Maybe I need to play this. I feel like this is a deck that I need to play on Master Disaster or teach me how to cook or something, because I don't really understand looking at it. Like, looking at it on paper is kind of like, why? Why not play Hamster Echo Caius over this engine? But maybe the Tomato engine is okay. I don't know. It's an interesting deck to say the least. So just moving on from that. Okay, we have the second Blackwing player who also got top 16. Did all of the Blackwing players lose in top 16? Did any of them make it past top 16? No, all the Blackwing players lost in top 16. Interesting. Yeah, this one is maining a DDV, maining a My Body as a Shield, but no draw traps. No draw traps. That's pretty much it. Like, there's not really much else to say about this build. So yeah, let's just keep going. All right, Tim Ponce, who played a 49 card Frog Ultimate Offering Machina Monster Mash deck. Yes, that's right. You heard me. This is every deck in the format combined. Like, basically, this is literally like one of the craziest decks in the format. But yeah, this deck actually is not bad. You know, it's playing a lot of good cards. The Machina package is very good. The Frog package is very good. Sphere of Chaos searches all of the things like Puppet Plant, Marionette Mite, Electric Virus. It searches out Junk Synchron. It searches out Gallus the Star Beast. It searches out Necrogardna and this weird Morphtronic Scopin thing, which I don't really know like what this is all about. It's a tuner. One in attack position, once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 Morphtronic from your hand during the end phase. I mean, it's a machine, so like, while in defense, this card, its level becomes 4. So it basically looks like a machine to discard for Fortress a lot of the time, is what I imagine. But yeah, not much else for that. It's also a light machine for Eltanen. Okay, there you go. So I've seen people used to play the, what's that one Synchron that's light 1600? And if you synchro for a dragon, it gets like 1,000 attack or something like that. It gets like big. There's also that one, but I guess this is like an alternative to that. It's all, you know, it's a 3-star tuner. The other one's a 4-star tuner. Hyper Synchron, right? So yeah, Hyper Synchron banishes your cards though when you synchro. Like it banishes your dragon when you synchro with it. So there you go. And Dark Armor is in his deck. I mean, his deck is so fun looking. It's just a deck of, again, good cards. An Ultimate Offering lets you do everything you have ever wanted to do with frogs. No. Okay, they are playing Dupe Frog. So yeah, this looks solid. Like I don't have any gripes with this. I think this is solid. Shout out to 10 for getting top 16 with another Junk Synchron deck. Another Ultimate Offering deck. Okay, next up, we have Christia Sworn, JX89. Shout out to JX89, longtime supporter of the podcast and our Patreon and all that good stuff. Yeah, Christia Sworn, which is a very good deck, but it's kind of fallen off like to Light Sworn. So this is the first time I've seen Christia Sworn in a while. I feel like top. It's been a while, unless I'm misremembering. But I don't feel like I've seen a Christia Sworn deck top in months. And there is a place for Christia Sworn. It's obviously better than Light Sworn when it comes to dropping bombs. Like it has more than just double JD. The Christias are insane. You also have Herald of Orange Light, which like is one of the only real hand traps in the format. So there are some situations where only this card in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh could save you in certain situations, and like, yeah, this deck gets to play 3 of that. Triple Beckoning Light, Double Threatening Roar. Love this ratio. This is a Pro Storm ratio right here. And the Triple Wolf is also very good. They're playing how many fairies total? So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 fairies, and 2 of them are Christias. And then you have a bunch of Light Sworn names, of course. I mean, this list looks solid. Like, I actually just really like this list. Triple Book of Moon in a side deck. double Mask Restrict, double Imperial Iron Wall, double Road Decree, triple Consecrated Light. So they want to play against all the birds. Like, give me all the birds, baby. But yeah, this is a good list. This is actually solid list. Like, honestly, JX89. Okay, Estabano, who went undefeated in Swiss with GBs, got top 16. So this is a GB list playing the Prisma Test Tiger package. No Stratos though. Double Red Yari in the main deck. Triple Book of Moon, which is standard. One Smash and Ground. They're playing Gores. This is 40 cards, which is abnormal nowadays. Double Dust Tornado to push through those plays. One Wabaku, one Trap Stun. Interesting. But I guess if you're playing Dust Tornado, you know, it makes Trap Stun. You don't want to have too many redundancies, right? No Starlight Road in the main deck at all. So they're not really trying to do the whole, like, I'm setting 4 every game or set 3 every game. But yeah, solid GB list. I like that their extra deck only has exactly what they need. They are not extra decking anything else, even though they play Brain Control in the side deck. So there's that. Okay. Who's next? Chess Prime. Chess Prime is now playing 10 monsters again, and looks very similar to their list before, except they're not playing double Trap Stun. They're just playing one Trap Stun now. And one Market of Rose? That is not normal. This deck usually plays double Market of Rose, double DDR, and triple Supervise. So that is something that I'm not used to seeing, is the one Market of Rose. Interesting. Not really sure, like, why that is. Yes, card destruction is new. This is something that was talked about. Me and Marcus Hayden talked about card destruction in Gigavise on Friday or Saturday morning. I think it was Saturday morning. It was Saturday morning before the Midwest Edison clash. We were talking about card destruction, and the card's fantastic, obviously. Like, card destruction is very, very good. It makes sense in this deck because you have a lot of dead cards, and drawing a new hand is likely going to give you your combo. Chess Prime said they did not draw this today, though. They did not draw this in the tournament. So they said the jury's still out. I'm wondering, because to me, it just makes sense. Like, it just makes sense to play this card. Like, it's not even, it just makes sense. Like, I don't really have, like, some big opinion on it. I think it just makes sense in this kind of deck. You're playing so many bad cards. So, shout out to Chess Prime for getting top 16. All right. I think this is our last Blackwing deck. This one is playing 41 cards, 2 draw traps, 1 trap stun in the main deck, double DD Crow in the main deck. So this one is a bit different, honestly, than pretty much every other one we've seen. Not used to seeing double DD Crow main deck for this deck. I do not like double Blizzard. They're playing 2 Blizzards. That is a choice. But other than that, this looks fine. They're maining an Oppression, which I guess they feel justified in because they only play 2 Blizzards. So hopefully those don't conflict too much because you're only playing 2 of it. But yeah, Blizzard's just such a ridiculous card for Blackwings that I don't see myself ever wanting to go below the max copies of 3. I just feel like it's one of those things that you really, really are going to want max copies of. But yeah, Blackwings, Siding Dark Illusion, and all the other things that you're used to seeing Blackwing side deck. Okay, here's an interesting deck. We have TeleDAD by the Duck Murderer, and it's playing Dark Creator and Mind Master. This is definitely some spice. So they're playing triple Telekinetic Powerwell, which makes sense because Mind Master can go through like Substitute and mill all of the Krebins, which then makes this like a crazy bomb. So that's like a wombo combo. If you get Mind Master off and you do a Substitute combo with it to tribute all these guys to the grave or whatever, then you can bring them all back with this. So that's really cool. It has Caius's, of course. It has the Hero Engine. Playing 3 copies of Stratos because they play Ecall, Rhoda, and Stratos. This list looks solid. Like, honestly, no notes. I really like this. The double spy also makes sense. Like, a lot of starters, right? Because that's kind of every deck that's not Vayu and Hero Frogs. I always question how many starters they have because that's usually one of the things that it's one of the things that leads to the success of the top 2 decks in the format in terms of wins. Hero Frogs and Vayu. They have so many good opening cards, like good starters, Stratos and Substitute and Swap Frog, and then there's Armageddon Knight and Greffer and Ryko and Hamster and Charge and Rhoda and E-Call, and you know, like, you get it. There's a lot of starters in those decks. And other decks usually don't have as many good starters. This deck right here has a lot of good starters, and I think that is what makes it like viable. On top of it having a lot of bombs. You get to play Dark Arm, you get to play Return, you get to play Telekinetic Powerwell. It's hard to say that. You get to play Caius's and all that stuff. Like, it has It has the makings of a very good deck. I like this deck. This is a top 8 deck. Shout out to the Duck Murderer for this one. Okay, Icarus 89. So Icarus 89 is the sole Frog Monarch player in the format, and they keep finding new ways to reinvent this deck and to make it competitively viable. And their newest trick is maining triple Vanity's Fiend. And I really like this list. I think that this list makes a lot of sense because they're playing triple Soul Exchange just in case they don't open up with Treeworm Frog. They have a guaranteed way to still play the game. Soul Exchange Vanities is fucking strong as hell. Soul Exchange Subtoad we already talked about, but Soul Exchange Sub is like one of the strongest combos in the entire format. It is very, very strong Soul Sub. And then they're playing Water Art, so they see your hand and they like take your outs to Vanity's Fiend and they drop Vanity's Fiend. If you play the game, they'll Rise and Caius you. Mother Grizzly is more copies of Subtoad. And I guess basically this deck is just hoping that like either don't get DDV'd, or if you get DDV'd, you actually have salvages. And if you have Treeworm Frog in the graveyard, DDV is not that bad anyway. So I like this list. How many cards get DDV'd though? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15. It's actually not, it's not that bad. Especially if you resolve Subtoad, then it's not bad at all. Like if you get Subtoad off, then it's really not bad at all. But yeah, this is a cool ass list. And then they're assigning triple Destalos so that way decks that try to really not play the game, you can mess with their hand, and that's really good. I think that this is probably good against what's that deck? Gigavise. Because if you tamper with their hand while they're trying to build their combo or find their combo, it can really hurt them. Like also same thing is true against Dragon Turbo and decks like that. You just like mess with their hand. And yeah, Destalos makes a lot of sense. Also, triple Soul Exchange. Soul Exchange Destalos is really strong. Yeah, I like this. I like this deck. I really do. I think that this is a great upgrade to the original list that he won with last year, which was a bit more like linear. And granted, it did have Lad and Lad Cooks, but Lad is awkward now that there are way more Frog players in the format, whereas Vanity's Fiend actually is good against, honestly, Vanity's Fiend is good against every deck except maybe like, there's really no deck that it's not good against. I was going to say maybe not that great against like Hero Beat, but even Hero Beat usually plays Divas and Miracle Fusions, so it can still like do something against them. It's not like it's completely dead. But yeah, good list. Really good list. Okay, Lone Snake is playing Machina Hero. This is being classified as Machina Control. Again, I don't really care that that's what it's being classified as, but yeah, that's what it's being classified as. This list is fine. I don't have really any critiques. The double Compulse, I know that this deck is a Compulse deck because it wants to reuse the gear frames and the Stratos. And other than that, everything else looks like it's here. I know some people like to play, what's that card called? Crystal Seer as their water, because Ocean is just kind of meh. But this looks like, actually, isn't this the Mayu Turbo deck that I just featured on the channel? Isn't this like, this looks very similar to the Mayu Turbo list that I was just playing on the channel. Now I'm looking at it again, I'm just realizing something, like Cyber Eltanin specifically, that was in the list. In fact, I won't pull it up now, but I'm pretty sure this is like almost that type of list or like that list. But yeah, shout out to Lone Snake with the Mayu Turbo deck. And then Maru. So this is what like everybody was hyped for, honestly, including myself. Like this is a deck that I really, really, really wanted to see. Yeah, this is Assault Mode. It got 5th place. And we have never seen a successful, like, I don't think we have a successful Assault Mode deck before, at least not on this level. This one is really good. Like, this list is cooked so well, it kind of scares me how well this list is cooked. It's such a good list. It plays Skill Drain, it plays Assault Mode Activate, it has 10 traps, but it has enough, like, you know, ways that they're not even all defensive, because a lot of the traps are actually just like to promote you playing the game more, aka like my Starlight Road guarantees that I get to play through your back row. My Solemn Judgment, same thing. You know, Wing Blast can be used on back row. I bet a lot of times it is used on back row. Return is used as the ultimate OTK or comeback card or setup card or whatever. And then you have, you know, your classics, Mirror Force, Torrential, Dust Shoot. And there's the one Assault Mode Activate. This card is interesting So Arcane Apprentice says if this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon, you can add one assault mode activate from your deck to your hand. So like turn 1, if they open up Grepher, special summon, discard malicious, normal summon this, synchro with malicious and apprentice, you search out this, and now you can actually use assault mode activate to bring out this guy. I love this list. I also like that if you draw assault mode, you can just use one of your 3 Greffers to send Plague Spreader to the graveyard to then stack this guy on top of your deck so that way you can then assault mode activate and get him out of your hand, because you can't assault mode activate from your hand. So I really, really, really like this list. I think this list is such a good cook. He went 6-0, and then he got a bye in round 7 because the winner could not play. Seba ended up winning the whole tournament, but they gave the win to Maru in round 7. And then we saw him lose to GBs in round 8. But this list overall just like cooked a lot of people during the tournament. We saw a lot of this on stream. It plays very aggressively. We saw one game where he opened up like double Stardust. And I was like, I've never seen that field in my life. So, like turn 1. I've never seen double Stardust, Greffer, and a back row, whatever it was, turn 1. I've never seen that. But yeah, this is a viable assault mode deck. And it's also low-key a Vayu deck at the same time. Like, I really like this. I really, really like this. Shout out to Maru for this one. Okay. Next up, we have a True Hero, my boy. Shout out to a True Hero. Topping, getting 4th place with Vayu Turbo. So, as we all know, he likes playing Lila instead of triple Raikou. 1 hamster, 1 charge. In terms of other things that are different, I think the rest of this is like very, we're used to seeing a lot of these cards. 1 Caius and 1 Icarus attack is like, okay. But other than that, this is a Vayu Turbo deck. Oh yeah, he plays Shura. This is the other thing. So I know he likes to play Shura and he likes to play Lila. These are like the 2 things that he usually does. I don't know if he always plays Icarus attack. I don't think so. But yeah, solid list. I like Icarus attack in Vayu. Like Dimitri said a long time ago, people don't play around this card. They also don't expect this card in Vayu Turbo, so they just play right into it. It's pretty strong. Other than that, side deck, looking sweet. Got the Soul Release in there. I hate this card. Vanity's Fiend, Dyna, Crow, Cyber Dragons, Dust Tornado, Light Imprisoning Mirror, Mind Crush, Pulling the Rug, Starlight Road, and Double Oppression. We saw pretty much all of these cards be used at some point on stream. Like, the whole side deck got used at different points throughout the tournament. So, shout out to a True Hero on getting 4th place. And then we have Nardux, who got 3rd place with Frog OTK. This list is not playing any heroes or Future Fusion. This is just like, it's playing Beel's Frog though, but it's not playing the hero package at all. It's going straight to the point. Like we're just trying to OTK you. And the side deck is what actually is special. So in the side deck, they're playing double Light and Darkness Dragon and a Soul Exchange. Usually we don't see that. Usually you see triple Regeki Break, triple D Prison, Mirror Force Torrential, and then like 3 Caius, all of this stuff. But they found a way to fit in a little, just like a little package here, like a little extra for games 2 and 3 where you side out the Frog OTK stuff and go back, go into like a Dream Frog-esque kind of deck. The Soul Exchange definitely helps a lot with that. But yeah, I really like this list. Great innovations, and I do think that Beel's Frog is actually really good in Frog OTK. It lowers the count for Armory Arms by 1. It also allows you to go into Mistworm very easily, which is a way to clear multiple cards on a field without having to pitch, because Brio is 2 cards and then every pitch is an additional card. So as soon as you pitch once for Brio, you're at Mistworm already. So a lot of times this deck with this card in it can just go for Mistworm and your 3 cards bounces 3 cards, as opposed to your 2 cards becoming Brio, pitching another card, your 3rd card becoming a bounce, and then your 4th card and 5th card and all of that. I don't know if you guys are following what I'm saying, but from a Frog perspective, yeah, Beel's actually does make a lot of sense in Frog OTK, and we keep seeing people win tournaments or top tournaments with Beel's Frog. I actually like Beel's Frog myself, but good list. Like, I really like this list. All right, moving on to 2nd place, we have Danny Cassie, Dan Top Deck team, who's playing GBs. They are maining 1 copy of Retiari and siding the 2nd. And it is a Prisma GB deck. Only double Book of Moon, so they're not playing 3. They're also playing 40 cards. So both the GB decks that top, they're playing 40 cards, which is new for, like, I feel like all year people have been getting away with topping with like 43, 44, 40, you know, whatever, like some number higher than 42. And finally, we're like seeing a 40 card GB list for people who like do not enjoy playing over 40. But yeah. Leo says it was supposed to be MST. Well, I don't believe that. I just do not believe that. Like, what? He played Beals by mistake. It was supposed to be MST 100%. That just sounds so random. Anyway, it sounds like there were a lot of mistakes made because also Seba accidentally sided in Vanity's Fiend and won because they had Vanity's Fiend. So it seems like these mistakes have been carrying people very far this tournament for whatever reason. But yeah, here we go. So 18 traps, which is so many traps. 18 traps, double Chariot, triple Prison, double Trap Stun, you know, Starlight Road, all the good things. Like, this is solid list. Really nothing to say about it. It's a fucking GB deck. You guys know how cringe I think GBs are, but here they are. They're here to stay because you need something to check the combo decks. Otherwise, combo decks would be just that much more powerful. And as for first place, the winning deck list is Hero Frogs. Of course, this is the best deck in the format. And Seber is one of the best players in the format. He's absolutely one of the best players in the world. He has so many tops and multiple wins now. He's also an Ultimate Time Wizard champion as well. Yeah, they just have so many accolades. And this list is very good. Again, I love the 4 Monarch lists. Like, this is what I started, like the whole not playing fucking 5 or 6 Monarchs because you really don't need that many. Just playing, you know, triple Kaias, 1 Ryza is good enough. And you have all these other bombs that you have. You have Soul Exchange in his deck. He's playing Dupe Frog. He's playing the Unifrog. Playing 1-for-1. Playing Junk Synchron. Like, this is really, really solid. They're siding the Alias, which I'm not mad at. They're only playing 1 E-Call. And then triple Raigeki Break. It's the best discard trap. Mirror Force, Torrential, Dust Shoot. And then they're playing like a suite of 3 other traps. 1 Draw Trap, 1 Deep Prison, 1 Compulse. This Compulse did a lot of work for him as well. So this is something to consider going forward. And then in a side deck, we have triple Water Art, triple Dust Tornado, Deep Prison. This is kind of what I was saying in my video with Marcus Hayden about dupeless Hero Frogs. I think we did that. Or did we do Spiritual Water Art? Yeah, we did Spiritual Water Art. In the video when we talked about Spiritual Water Art, me and Marcus, I was arguing for like this card being in the side deck. Because it's not new that for Hero Frog players, including myself, like I've topped with this in the side deck as well. This card makes a lot more sense in the side deck. It is a very good side deck card. I do not think that Hero Frogs needs to main it. And I think Seba also realized the same thing. They just won a major like side decking it, which I still think is the right way to do it, because going second and having this card is ass, and also going second and being behind at any point is really bad for the, like, there's multiple things wrong with this card if you just like main it. It's cute, but if you main it, there are multiple things wrong with it. And I think Seba realized that as well. And in terms of the rest of the side deck, Triple Crow, double Vanity's Fiend, Soul Exchange. So they have 2 Soul Exchanges. This is another thing that I'm big on. I love having the double Soul Exchange. Dark Dust Spirit, so that way if you play against any plant decks, you just have them covered. But yeah, solid list. No complaints. I think this is a very, very solid list. And I'm not surprised that he won. He's also an amazing player. So there's that. But yeah, all right. So we're back to Vayu Turbo and Hero Frogs just doing what they do, back and forth. And yeah, so far I think that Vayu Turbo and Hero Frogs have the most wins this year. I think Vayu has like probably like 6 and Hero Frogs has like 4 or 5. So pretty good year for both of the top decks. Blackwings also has, I think in 3rd place, has like 4 wins or 3 wins or something like that now. But yeah, this is cool. I'm most excited. The deck I'm most excited about is Maru's deck. Where is it? I think this deck is like the coolest deck to come out of the tournament because it actually looked very viable. And I cannot wait to try this out on the channel. But I think that's everything, guys. So if you want, go on Format Library. You can see all the deck lists. You can see all the stats down here. We can see that like Deep Prison was the most played card in the tournament, and Deep Prison is usually the most played card in Edison in general. 224 copies. And then Bottomless has 201 copies. Sirocco, 164 copies. Heavy Storm, Mirror Force, Caius, Trap Dust Shoot. And then the most popular side deck card was Dust Tornado, then DD Crow, Cyber Dragon, Fossil Dyna, Pulling the Rug, Oppression, Vanity's Fiend, Lightning Vortex, Kaiku. I love the side deck is like, it's a lot of anti-fraud cards. It's kind of funny, but yeah. And there's replays and stuff like that. You can see replays if you want to watch any of the madness that went down. This is a really good tournament. This was a really, really good tournament. I enjoy streaming this for the weekend, these 2 days. 166 players, definitely a bigger online event. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here, guys, for real this time. And you all have a good night. We'll talk to you all later. Peace.